You're listening to Brunch in the Basement with JaVonne and Terez.
Just a little bit. Okay, so for those of you who are just tuning in, I am super excited to have two of my faves right now coming in live.
Flip it. Just click my way on it.
And as they get it together on that end, put it on mute, Myra, so I can do your intro. There we go. Okay, for over a year, Myra Gandy has been creating an arts organization that would serve to be a legacy to her mother. Now, just so y'all know, Myra's mother is the legendary, and when I say legendary, I mean legendary. Irene Gandy. And first of all, y'all just, if you don't know, I don't know what rock you've been living under, but Irene Gandy has been in this game and she's one of the vets in the industry. And I'm going to get to that after I finish reading this illustrious bio that y'all are going to hear. Okay? So she did it as a legacy to her legendary mother, the two-time Tony Award producer, publicist, Irene Gandy. In March, COVID-19 invaded the world and everything was put on pause. Myra moved from her apartment in Harlem to her mother's Greenwich Village home to ensure that she was well taken care of while sheltering in place. And as weeks of quarantine turned into 2 months, the mother-daughter team found new ways to express their talents. They're launching now something that I'm sure is going to benefit all of us, the Gandhi Art House, which I think is amazing, an amazing idea. The Gandhi Art House is designed to provide creative opportunities for youth and families and the LGBTQ community to engage in visual, performance, healing art, the projects and events. It's the first event that will launch this weekend. Okay, so she was really looking forward to creating in an art space for families and children, and particularly for the LGBTQ community, as a tribute to her mom, and having this building that would be a legacy to her and her family. But with COVID-19 pandemic, okay, everything is different. And she talked to her mom and realized that arts were needed now more than ever, which is very, very true. With all that taking place on the internet right now because of this pandemic, they're going to create a safe space globally with the Gandhi Art House and start now. Okay, and that's Myra's quote, and I think that it's brilliant. And Myra's just a ball of love anyway. So, the Gandhi Art House, it's going to represent the families committed to the arts by using the arts to create connections, bond, and heal. The Gandhi Art House will have live events in visual and performing arts for youth and their families, a kids corner that will offer activities and classes and showcase children's networks, and the Q Art Space will offer arts programming and safe space for queer youth and allies to create visual and performance art. Now, what y'all also need to know, and I don't care because you won't hear a word from them until you get the education, because we are going to give them their flowers while they are here to smell them. All right. So back to Irene Gandy, one of my all-time faves. Irene Gandy is the first and only female African-American press agent in the Association of Theatrical Press Agents and Managers on Broadway. Pause. Let that sit. She is the first and only African-American female press agent in the Association of Theatrical Press Agents and Managers on Broadway. Okay? And since her career, now you're going to gag because you thought that was something. You're really going to gag because her career began in 1968. Pause.
That young lady right there.
That young lady right there. Her career began, Silky. Like this is not a gag. Her career began in 1968. Do you know how different the world was in 68? Okay. Okay. The fact that she began
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just gagging at how young
You know, that's a running scene now. Okay, we're gonna get to that part because that part there is the through line in her existence, and we all gag at that, you know. But that's a whole nother story. You see.
Okay, right. Let's get back to what was going on in 1960.
All right, right, exactly. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. She's worked over 100 Broadway shows across the press, marketing, and community outreach. 100.
So Rez, let's stop there again. Like, I mean, like you said, look at what was going on in 1968. If people think that there's a glass ceiling now for a Black woman,
woo, come on,
in the business world, right? And mind you, she's still the only. Yo, that's remarkable. You know what I got to do right now? I mean, you know, I'll pause and you keep going, and then
I'm gonna keep going. You know, I'm gonna keep going on this one. Okay, this one. Okay, all right. I'm gonna tell you about some. We're gonna share with them some of the productions. You know, and I want to love to see what the Chinese translation of all this is, and I'm gonna speak slowly so that our international listeners can really understand the gravity of who we have on our show today. You know, and it's double trouble because we have the Gandy family, mother and daughter tag team here today, and it's bananas. Okay, so some of the productions she has worked on and also co-produced. Okay, Broadway legend Gandy also co-produced Lady Day. Lady Day is an off-Broadway production. Do you know what that production was, JaVonne?
Yes, the Billie Holiday story. I saw it. I was there.
Baby. Well, yeah,
with Audra
McDonald. Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And she did a phenomenal job. A phenomenal. It was outstanding. It was a one woman show, basically. I was there.
A one woman seance because she just embodied Billie all day on that one. That's what it was. It really was. So, and then she did also the Gershwins, Porgy and Bess. And that musical, of course, in 2012 won the Tony Award, you know.
Tony.
For the best revival. Okay. Right. In addition to her theater work, she was associate director and special markets for CBS Records, where she worked with Earth, Wind and Fire, the Jacksons, Patti LaBelle, just to name, like, come on, somebody, you know. And she also works with one of my faves, the legendary Nona Hendrix, you know, because we've had Sarah Dash on the show a few times, and that Nona, you know, one time for Nona Hendrix. I'm saying, okay. And you know, and Myra didn't fall not too far from her mother's footsteps working on Broadway. She's made and continuing to make her arts a mark. That's going to be her legacy too. She's an amazing artist, you know, and I didn't get a chance to see her work when it was in a museum. But you know, I did kind of have some spies that went through, you know, that came back and said we were going to meet there. I just couldn't make it that night. Amazing work. Okay, so she's a visual artist whose painting, collages, and videos and installations examine issues related to women, identity, beauty, race, history, and the intersection of media and culture. Gandy studied at the American University in Paris, France, and holds a Bachelor's of Fine Arts from the University of Southern California. Okay, and she has over 20 years of experience in personal art instruction with youth of all ages, and she, in her own right, is a recipient of the 2012 National Action Network's Woman of Excellence Award for achievement of children and women in the community. The Gandhi Art House is launching as a virtual safe space with events Saturday and Sunday via Zoom. Now, this is Saturday and Sunday via Zoom. See, that's
wait. We have to interject. It happened last Saturday and Sunday.
Oh,
yeah. With that first event that we launched with, and the next event, it'll be Art and Groove. It's music, art, you grooving music. It will be on June 6th
in honor of Pride Month.
Yeah, for Pride.
Oh.
But we did 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
And I just want to say things because I am now I'm Myra Gandy's mother, but Myra, and not her bio, which she forgets to say, but I won't say that has a scholarship named her in her name at USC. The first Myra Gandy art what's it called?
It's for the Black Alumni Association for young Black artists at the University of Southern California.
Her name is going to be in a building one day.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Ladies,
That's
powerful.
That's funny. Yeah, that's funny. Thank you. Thank you for that introduction. Oh my goodness,
Thank you.
it's ridiculous.
I forget.
I read it, typically if I read, introductions or, and I seldom do, we dissect the pieces so we can give the nuggets around the story, because we don't like the PNG versions. We like to do it unorthodox. We like it to feel like a vibe, because you're streaming now on YouTube, Instagram, and it's an international podcast. So we just like to invite folks into the basement, into our world. Part of that too is because you two are just two of my faves.
Thank you.
The idea that you are joined Wonder Twin Powers to do what you were blessed to do.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I feel like what you said earlier, to give people their flowers while they are alive. Mm-hmm. And that's really where, when I think about legacy with my mom, I know she's been around a long time. She also has helped a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And she's always brought me up to recognize and, reach out. And you see a young, talented person, to give them an opportunity. So the first thing was me being an artist since I was a little girl and her actually supporting me. And it's really important to be the face of a parent supporting someone who's their child who's doing art, because you know how it is. They don't want to support it because they're like, oh, you're not going to get money. That's not real. Put that little stuff away. But she supported me and just allowed me to be myself. So, of course, I want to leave this legacy for her. So I was working on it. And I was thinking, what would be a really great thing, right? I said, Ma, we have this space where youth can come and they can just create.
Yeah, it's important.
Just create, because there are spaces with the LGBTQ youth and the situation, homelessness. There's so many things. And I wanted to create a space that creatively they can just express. We'll partner with other, organizations that can provide services. But I wanted a space where you could just express, because we are expressive.
Yeah, and it's also important. As I have a long career, I've been working in Broadway for 50 years, and Myra has been backstage in every step of the way. So you can do it all. You can be a mother, and also for other people. I am a lesbian, and my daughter. So it doesn't, and I think she's the most incredible. And there's no horror stories. No one has tried to molest her or beat her up or like that, so no women I know of. So
my mother's funny.
I love it.
So, of course, I came down here, like it said, as like you read, and we're here. And one of the things that I think is very interesting is that we're all experiencing this at the same time, right? Mm-hmm. It's almost like a great equalizer. And because we're all experiencing this, it's like, okay, now we have to sit. We can't be like, that's happening over there, that's happening, but it's happening here, and you have to sit. And so we've been together. And I was just like, you know what? Why not just launch it now? Everything is virtual. We don't know what's going to happen. So what our Gandhi Art House is now is a space where we're going to have content online. It's the GandhiArtHouse.com. And I'm asking for submissions for young people who would like to showcase their performance, their writing. All you have to do is send an email to the GandhiArtHouse@gmail.com with a link, and we will highlight you so that people can see the work that's happening, and especially in the LGBTQ, community. And then in August, we don't know where we're going to be able to, if we'll be able to, we probably won't be able to get together, but we're going to have an online event where we can showcase the performances and the dancers and the singers and the writers. And then whatever projects we're doing, you'll find that on there as well.
Yes. And I'm starting an Irene Gandy card collection. I already have a fur line, as we all know.
Yes.
But working with Myra and see how she is doing her online classes, because she provides art to the school systems, and how she works with them, and the beautiful things that came out. And I'm just, oh wow, just so incredible. So it inspired me to start my own collection. Of course, all the cards are going to be my face and Myra's face. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always going to be about me. It's always about my personality. And she's been very helpful, because I just want to send out what I want. And she said, Ma, just watching her create, it'll be a piece of art, a card collection with a piece of Myra's original art, and two other pieces that are dear to me, that I look great. And so that's what we did. And the proceeds will go to the Gandhi Art House. So
that, when we can have a physical space, when that's up, we'll have that physical space.
And in terms, I wanted to say one thing with Myra, you don't have to cut off your ear. Like you can make money from art. There's so many different things that you can make money from art. Cards, designs, math book, anything that you want. So it's important that whatever creative juices you have, you can make money from it. But money is only one part of it. You have to be passionate. One thing I think I told my daughter was like, I don't want your paintings to be $50,000, because if you're painting for the heart, you want to share that with somebody else. And that's the thing where you have inside that you could pass on. So
that's really important to me, to have that accessibility with art, so that people don't feel intimidated. And I think we're in a space like, look at your wonderful show and all the things that you do, Terez, right? Like,
yes,
we're at a space, we're in a time that you can actually do whatever you want to do. So I would encourage people, not to be afraid, and you don't have to have it all figured out. Like I didn't have it all figured out. I had my ideas figured out, my passion. I knew what I wanted to do, but I was like, okay, well, I don't have a building right now, but I can do this. And the first, we did a Mommy and Me for Mother's Day. We launched in Mother's Day, and I did a Mommy and Me online art class, and people came with their mothers and created, and they were like seniors, they were young people. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to do couples. I'm going to do just art and groove, where you just, have your sip, better than a sip and paint, because you don't come away with a cookie cutter. In terms of how I instruct is very much like, let's pull out your creativity. So we'll be doing that. And everybody please come and check us out.
Yeah, you said a jewel, because we had a guest on prior to, and her name was Hoya, and in that she dropped something for my co-host here and show founder, and you just came right on the tail end of that and dropped something too about not having it figured out, but the idea that you just move forward, and what you're responsible for is putting one foot in front of the other, and following that bliss. I'm really excited
because you'll talk yourself out of your idea. Here's the thing I've always said. People say, "Oh, when she or he calls me, I'm gonna tell them this." Don't have the answer because question may never come. Nobody may never call you to find out what you want to say to them. And then, if I move to New York, I can't, don't have the solution for the problem. You might move to New York and get an apartment right away, get a job right away. So you just have to do it. And it's no such thing as I tell my daughter, or anybody else will listen, it's just an experience. It's like ironing a shirt. Your mom might want you to iron a shirt, and it may not be the way you wanted to do it. So you'll do it the way you want to do it. And you try again, the only thing, because there's no such thing as failure, just such things as doing another way, because if you only have one person listening to this broadcast, so that you've touched one person, you can't say, oh, I've learned that over the years.
I'm looking at some of the chat responses, and they are like clap, 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 and this platform.
I'm gonna get my Tony Award. I'll be right back.
No, don't go. No, we don't have that much time. We're live.
Okay.
No, we're live. You can go. It's our, the beauty about this is if she wants to go grab her Tony, let her go grab that Tony.
Okay.
We're live and we shut down. You know, we give the block of time.
No, I'm trying to get our lighting. This whole thing, you know, I'm so vain. Our lighting isn't right, people.
No, you're absolutely right. That smile is the light, all the light you need, Myra. Don't even worry about that. You're good. You guys look great. You know, I think it's so necessary because art in school, you know, it's just not there. Will y'all look at this? Hold that up, Miss I. Okay.
So it's
one of two.
That's for Porgy and Bess.
See?
And it says, presented by the American Theater Awards to Tony Award to Irene Gandy for Best Music Revival of a Musical Producer, the Gershwin's Porgy and Bess, which I might add that I'm the only African-American producer to receive a Tony Award that for not singing or dancing. So
on Broadway.
On Broadway, yeah.
On Broadway. Yeah. She's holding one of two Tony Awards that has won, and that one for producer.
My daughter in this lighting, honey. She got to get her lighting together.
I'm like, I know, sorry, people.
Oh my gosh. You know, it is important that folks know who you are. And also, another tidbit about Miss Irene is that she has a caricature. She's tell them about the caricature. Let that come from you.
You know, it's funny. When Ulysses, when Broadway closed down, he was like, "Oh, I wonder what Irene was going to do." I think it was very nice that he was concerned and all of it, which is great. I love Ulysses, and you don't know Ulysses, but I know you. Okay, so I said, you know, Broadway has been very good to me. I've gotten some good gifts. One, a Tony Award, which you just saw.
Mm-hmm.
Two, a caricature in Sardi's, the only press agent in Sardi's that has a caricature. And three, I've been inducted into the New York Public Library and I have to get a library because I look myself up. And it's not and this is the Library of Performing Arts and Archives, which is a theatrical library, which is, I love the Schomburg, but hopefully I'll be in there, but it's nice to be in the Lincoln Center Library of the Performing Arts for my craft. So I'm good. I took everything away, I need, and thanks to people like Terez and my Harlem community and the community. That's another thing I must, which I've touched to Maya, I have to express that. You have to be Black. I'm Black. I don't sit in those rooms and I'm working on Black stuff if it's not connected to the community. That's what I do. And that's how I'm able to, as a young lady says, stay so young, because I can connect to the community.
Yes, yeah, you were like one of our national treasures, I must add, and you've just always been an amazing friend to me, and I'm so grateful for both of you. But we've had some heart to hearts, and
yes.
You have absolutely, like, I need to know. You're one of the people that I need to know is okay in the world, and I'm happy and blessed to be able to call you friend, and family. And it's just, I just think that you've touched the lives of so many, and art is just, I was just getting ready to say to Myra that, what they've done to arts in the schools is just crazy, and art is a clear expression. It's therapeutic recreation. How can we not have an outlet for kids that, particularly kids, because it helps trauma, it helps things, when they don't speak to each other, they'll speak through art forms,
Yes.
I remember when I first started in the theater, I was introduced in school, and we had, I went to kind of cream school, so we had all the equipment and stuff we needed, and I was in a thespian troupe. But I remember, like, a lot of the kids that came to the art classes were kids that would not even come to the regular academic part of school. Like, they would cut and then the art classes, So the art teacher found, like, the drama and theater coach found that it was necessary for him to take some other steps, because you know, he had to be able to put the pipeline in to put them back in academics, but it was through the art that they went. It wasn't the other way around. So he said, you know what, I'll let you come and work on this production if you do well in school, and we'll bring the tutors here so that you can, you know, have them express it to you differently. And then he changed a lot of the dropout rate with that whole program, you know, and it was amazing. So, you know, they just needed an outlet, and a lot of them were amazing on stage and super, super talented. So, you know, it's necessary. It really is. It really, really is. How are you guys faring in this?
This is
and the COVID.
Oh,
situation?
we're having so much fun. You know, I posted that you know, it's great. You know, I'm glad everybody's staying safe and healthy, and the frontliners or the emergency people and medical. And I also posted that I want to give a shout out to the children that have come home to take care of their parents and become home attendants, because this one feeds me 3 meals a day. She just makes me eat. She kisses me on my forehead, pretending she's kissing me.
I apologize for my absence.
Oh, I missed
That's
you.
okay, Jay.
To check my temperature, and she takes me on the walks, and we have coffee, social distancing once a week. So, you know, and we're having such a great time. And, you know, she just changed her whole life and moved. You've been with me since
I came here because, first of all, I had to come once they said Broadway was closed, restaurants were closed, music places are closed, live music. That's her whole life, right? Like, what is she going to eat? What's she going to do? I said, let me come down here and be with her. She was like, I'm going out. I said, where are you going? There's nowhere to go. So I just moved in. I said, let me just be down here full time. I brought my air mattress and just, you know, cook for her and take care of her. I think, you know, I feel like it's something where if you had some stuff you didn't work out with your family, you're going to have to work it out now because you're together. Luckily, we didn't have that, you know, but it's totally my honor. It's like my honor to take care and do anything I can for my mother, you know, because she chose to have me, as fabulous as she is. And you read her thing from the 60s. She's been moving and shaking. She didn't have to have a child. That doesn't really fit in with all of the stuff you have to do in the entertainment, but she did. Mm-hmm. And she took me everywhere. And I experienced everything. Everybody knows who I am, you know, because my mother took me everywhere and was so proud of me. So I feel like, you know, this is what I could do. I didn't know how you shop. I don't know how to do groceries and stuff. So I told her I was going to move in with Monty's, the family, you know, the Italian family and the 3 kids. So I you know, I don't know what she would have been eating. Some Petra Farm cookies and
right.
I don't even know what she would have
eaten. JaVonne, you see how their natural energy is toward each other. Myra did this amazing. Like Mo and I watched it and we were in tears. And it was a tribute to her mom with Mommy and Me.
Yes, that's one of my let's talk about the film. So So part of, you know, my artistic practice is mostly painting and stuff, but I use photography with collage. And then I've been interested in video. So I shot my first video, which was called Mommy and Me. And it's about when I was young, watching this glamorous mom. And everybody thinks she's just so fabulous that she was probably very lenient, but she wasn't. She was really like a mom. She cooked. She said no. And so I used to watch her get dressed, and I said, when can I wear makeup? When can I wear makeup? And when can I wear lipstick? When can I wear lipstick? And she'd be like, and I'm like, when? And finally she said, when you get 14. But I just kept asking her over and over every time, every year, all the time. And that's what the thing is about till we're in the bathroom. And, you know, that moment where she lets me put makeup on, and this came about is because we still get dressed in the bathroom together like that when we would go out and putting makeup, getting ourselves together for your show, everything. Because we still look cute. We got COVID attire. That's what I meant by my lighting, you know. I'll put my eyelashes on for y'all. Okay, whatever. So I shot that. And then most recently I just did my first stop motion film called The First Time. And that's made with
animation.
It's stop motion animation. I use those. Do you remember those doll heads that were just like a head and the hair where you do the hair? So I used all of them. It's a coming out story of a young Black girl, freshman at NYU, it's about her coming out in 1980s. It's basically about my life. And what happened, my first girl and all that, and my friends, and how I was scared to tell them. And so I just finished that with my collaborator, Dr. Vertner West, and we just submitted it to like 30 international festivals. Nice. So I'll put the trailer on the Gandhi Art House so everybody can see it. And then the next time we have a screening, I'll definitely make sure you guys know.
Nice.
So I feel like the answer to your question is that in this time, we are busy.
Very busy.
I don't know. We're busy and we're just creating. I feel very creative. And at the same time, having connection, you know, my spiritual base, I'm a Buddhist. I chant every morning and every evening, and that keeps me, and I reach out to people and check on them. Yeah. Having a spiritual base is important for everyone at this time. I feel like no matter what your, faith is, right?
Yeah. And
because that's going to help you. It's like we were talking about having the faith that, yes, we're going to get through this. Right. And at the same time, being able to like every day deal with what's in front of us. Mm-hmm. But we will. Yeah.
I every day I'm on working. I'm on the board of Harlem Week, and we have been every day I'm on helping people, the food bank, getting tablets for the seniors.
They created some initiatives because that started. Sorry to cut you off, but that started because of people not thinking about Uptown and Harlem.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And so the Greater Harlem, they started
so way back.
They started bringing tablets to
food feeds.
Tablets to food. They're feeding everybody Uptown, bringing tablets to like nursing homes so they can connect with their people. And so I think it's great what you're doing.
And partnering with Columbia law students, so who can go to school, so now they can help small business owners get that grant. Technically, but now I have a new initiative because you know what? We're the forgotten man. No one has reached out to the LGBT community about GoFundMe. So I'm starting that because $25 can feed for 30 people. You know what I mean? Because we have money, we want to know what we can do. So in terms of Prize Month, I'm doing a GoFund summit, and I would like to probably have you on part of the summit as well. So there's people, we're aside from the fact that we spend money, but we have to be included in something. We want to do, you would do something if you would know about it. That's how I feel about my Black shows. I mean, it's Black people don't go to the theater, but they would if they would know about it, not 3 weeks after it's open. So that's what I do, still doing now. Yeah.
Amazing. Let me know where I can donate to that, please. We'd like to put some of the links on the website and be able to connect on what we do. Is we take the show. JaVonne is an amazing editor, and she takes the show clips and she puts up exactly to send the message out. We help support in our way too. So
I have it all. I'll send the link later.
I've been wanting to introduce you, Irene, to JaVonne for a minute now, and I said, I was telling her earlier. I said, I want to get Miss Irene on the show, and I said she said yes. She's never told me no. We just have to place her the right way because she's still special, And I just want to be able.
This is the only way. This is to be able to sit here and know that because all my accomplishments, this is the greatest one. I mean, all of that stuff. To know that my daughter is right here and thinking of me, I mean, she thought of me and she's just an amazing woman. I mean, she is. She's just, even if I didn't know her, I mean, she's the kind of person you want to know, and she's caring about everything. She has she's taught me a lot about compassion because, me, I'm in and out, I'm the original fat burger. That's a whole nother show.
It's a good balance. It's a good balance.
Yeah.
You don't get to be where you are just being all salad all the time. So You can't be saccharine all the time, like she is. So I appreciate it. I think we learn a lot. So
and I need her. I didn't know how much I needed her until this pandemic, because I'm always like.
But don't you think that, you know, as Black women, that's the whole thing. We always like taking care of everything, doing the most and everything. So we don't always think we need any help, because we can do a lot. We are very, very, the capacity that we have to deal with everything all at once and do it and carry it and do it well and care about others. We do all of that. So sometimes we don't even realize. So finally,
I didn't realize it.
Because she had an attitude when I came down here and said I was going to stay. She like her privacy. I don't need you to come back. I can know how to do it. Look, I did it. And I said, okay. She's like, is room service ready? I'm hungry. You want lunch? I bring her food to her room.
Yeah, on a tray.
I bring her to her tray.
It's so funny.
I brought her a 50-inch television.
Me
and my wife Rhonda bought for Mother's Day a 50-inch television, but she's never had that.
Because you've been at my house. I'm always gone, so I've been living off of 21 inches.
That sounded funny right there. Yeah. So she was watching television. It's like the Roku TV. It's all set up with everything, and I got it all set up. You would think she never saw those things before. She's like, I didn't know Perry Mason. I never saw the lady's hat.
Right. We never saw Perry Mason all together.
Her and my mom had that in common. They watched the old British television.
Oh yeah, Vera. Oh Vera. Oh my God, Vera, and the landscape was so good. Tell you, mother, that Vera was good. Fisher's Murders.
I better mention who, because this chat line is blowing up over here. Okay. It's Small World. Gandhi has to know I'm here, JaVonne. Please tell her hello for me. And that's from Debbie Turner, who says
Debbie Turner.
And Pop says, hey, yes, she's legendary. And Debbie also says her mom is so fly. And a whole bunch of roses giving Myra and Irene their flowers now. The Gandy dynasty in the building. And Miss Queen Forever says, I bow to both Myra and Irene Gandy.
Oh, thanks.
Debbie says, I'm blown away too. I'm with Myra sometimes at her job, but won't say where. Love her.
Oh, I wonder who that was. I love it. It's so cool, Terez. I love
Pop says, we refer to Irene as our industry mother. Yes.
Who was that?
Pop Carter. Yes, you listening?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, James Carter. Yeah.
Yes. And let's see. Okay. And Patricia Porter is just clapping, all claps. And she says, this is why this platform is so necessary to inform and educate. And Pop says, yes, bring back art to the young people. Kudos, Myra. Yes, Myra, you need faith of a mustard seed.
Yeah.
And there, whatever you said, Patricia Porter says, speak it into existence, Mom. Congratulations. And Patricia Porter says, women of power, loving it. Thank you, JaVonne and Terez, for bringing these ladies to the basement tonight. She just told one of her nieces today who wants to do art, and I told her to seek out her passion first, and she could do anything.
Yeah.
Kudos to her.
We need more information. So, and then of course, when you mentioned the Sardis caricature, they said, say what? Sardis? Oh my God, and it's there. It's, Debbie said she's Debbie Turner, the baby doll lady from 108. I don't know. That must mean something. Okay.
I know what it is. Yeah.
Okay. All right. She got you there. She knows who you are. She got you.
Yes, I know you.
Going into the restaurant, and seeing, because Irene has signature glasses, and of course, she has the Irene Gandy fur line. Amazing. Like, she's our, I want to say Irish, but you're not Irish. You're a step over Irish in so many ways, because Irish was just kind of one thing and true in her own way, but just one thing. You are like our own Renaissance. Like, I don't know too many things that you can't do, Miss Irene.
Well, I must say I am now Lady Irene because I've been knighted by the Queen tribal ruler, the first woman tribal ruler, Queen Diami from the Democratic Republic of the Congo. So I'm taking a break from Broadway to travel with her globally because I'm her global advisor. So I'm a Lady Irene, but of course I'm turning that into business. I'll be coming out with the Lady Irene fur line. So
see there, see there, see there. That's what I'm talking about. And you know, I have to tell this story real fast. That I called Irene up frantic, right? I called her up frantic because for folks who know me, I can be kind of possessive, I guess. And I'm definitely, I go hard for my loved ones, right? So I saw this video and I was really sleepy and I kind of was scrolling through as people do when they try to, ignite their brains, which is probably a bad thing. And I saw a video of Miss Irene walking through this angry crowd of people yelling about fur and all this other stuff. And, and the first thing I thought was somebody was doing, I jumped up, I called her and see, anytime I call, unless she's doing something major, she always picks up, and I'm grateful for that. And I was like, are you all right? What's going on over there? What's happening? What's happening? What? She was like, no, don't worry. But see, the thing was, after I watched the video for the second time, I realized she got this. She was good. She was good. But the idea that somebody was saying some crazy stuff she was walking through, but that line of hers is amazing. And she, I don't know. I had the privilege of coming out of, years ago in another lifetime. So don't send me any inboxes. I did some modeling and
those pictures of
we have them.
Fabulous.
We're gonna send them to you.
JaVonne, you can edit that in. They're gorgeous. But anyway, go ahead, tell us what.
But the funny part is she's the only one that could have gotten me to do that, because that was another lifetime ago. And the idea that, you just can't say no to her, you know what I mean? And it's always an amazing experience and always just you just always have a real soul wrenching, just good time. So,
Yeah, it's a great fashion show. You, Melissa Morgan, Selby Carmen from Bow, Don Thomas.
Yeah.
That was a great fashion show.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have another one too.
Nice. Well, let us know. And this is, like JaVonne likes to say, this is your house. Anything that you guys are producing, you can come on at any time.
Thank you so much.
Say the word, and you're here.
We appreciate it. We appreciate you.
We won't tell about how connected with me, you, and Monisa. Both of you are my mistresses. We know. We all know about each other. Everybody. So okay.
Fighting so hard, we had to rotate days.
I know, right?
So we calmed that down a lot. So we just said we're gonna take it out together. And when this whole thing wraps up, we just have to put one of those on the calendar. We have to. It's crazy. It's crazy. Tell everybody how they can find each one of you, and please say your website again.
No, they can find my mother on Instagram. Everybody, she doesn't have an email.
And how did I get to Instagram, Terez?
Because
that's why I'm on Instagram. Because I thought people were just sending her pictures, and she said, "No, it's Instagram. I'm an Instagram sensation." Because seriously,
so I am. What are you?
I am Irene Gandy.
Right. Yes. Okay. And the Gandhi Art House is thegandhiarthouse.com. So you can go there for everything that's going on, our new venture. And MyraGandhiArt.com is where you can see my work as well. And I spell my name MiraGandy. That's where you'll probably.
And that event date is when?
Oh yeah, and so the next event date for the art, kind of like Art and Sip, I call it. It's called Art and Groove. Is going to be the first Saturday in June at 3 p.m. So what is that? June 6th. And that will be all that information. I'll update that on the website. And you can always email, if you want to email Gandhi Art House at Gmail about that, or MyraGandhiArt@gmail. I'll answer.
Right?
Yeah, I'll answer. So yeah, it'll be on Zoom. We had so much fun that people didn't want to finish. They did not want to finish. We had so much fun. So yeah.
Nice.
So come and join me.
Nice. Now, one last thing from the both of you. Ready?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, you're gonna do a drop for us.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
That means you're. Oh, this is Irene Gandy. We're watching.
Oh, okay.
There we go. See, that's the press agent in us. She knew exactly what it was.
Got it. Okay, so what are we saying?
Well, let me have the right. Tell us what you want us to say. The correct thing.
Okay, you're listening to Brunch in the Basement with JaVonne and Terez.
Okay.
You're listening to Brunch in the Basement with JaVonne and Terez.
What? That was a one take. See there? That's that Broadway. See? I love you ladies.
Holla at me, JaVonne. Holla at me. Holla.
Beautiful.
I love it. I love you ladies.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
What a
seriously.
wonderful
And when
opportunity.
in the spring or probably in February, I'll come back with the Queen because she has a great interesting story.
And
Queen
she helps. She helps. She's fierce.
She's really
I've never
good.
met an African queen, and this woman is incredible.
Yeah, you know,
She's like
You know,
powerful.
it's a tribal rule and stuff, but it's tradition. But she's done. It's amazing. So
She helps a lot of young people.
she
too.
helps a lot of young people too.
And then we'll come back again. I'll come back with Rhonda, my wife, for our show, We Choose Love, our podcast.
Nice. Oh, by the way, tell everybody who your wife is, Myra.
Yeah, so my wife is Rhonda Wyndham, and actually she they just did a wonderful it's on HBO right now. It's called Women of Troy. They just did a documentary about she was a championship ball player in the 80s. In the 80s, I guess so long ago. But anyway, the Cheryl Miller team, they launched, the WNBA. So it's called Women of Troy. So she's featured in that. She's a doctor of occupational therapy right now, and she works a lot with youth and adolescents as well. So yeah, we created a podcast called We Choose Love. And we talk about the complexities of love, relationships, and marriage, and all the popular things that I like and the stuff she likes. Yeah.
sadly, mother does not have a story like that.
She's still, Papa was a Rolling Stone. Mama was a Rolling Stone.
Listen, your mother is legendary in these streets, honey. You hear me? Okay.
We should all want to look like this at her age.
Yeah.
Okay. And and that's its own mic drop, because I have friends that love your mother. You do not understand. Okay.
26.
It's not a game.
Speaking of 26, I'm gonna send you a picture.
Okay. I think it's time to get off. But yeah, you can find me on all social media with my name, Irene Gandy. So
Got you.
Thank you guys so much. It was fun, and stay safe and stay beautiful as you always are.
This is Gina Breedlove, and you're listening to In the Basement with JaVonne and Terez.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and you're tuned in to Brunch in the Basement with JaVonne and Terez.
Hey, it's your girl Allison Williams, and you're in the basement with JaVonne and Terez.
Hey, this is Lenny Williams, and you're listening to Brunch in the Basement with JaVonne and Terez, playing my kind of music.
Still in the basement, no longer alone, with my homegirl Terez on the microphone. Music politics are just chatting it up. Brunch in the basement, see that's what's up. You never know who might run through. Legendary artists or someone brand new. You miss a lot when you miss one day. At least that's what I heard somebody say. But it doesn't really matter what whoever says. It's always a good show with JaVonne and Terez. Yeah. Brunch in the basement with JaVonne and Terez. Yeah. Let's see who we got today. Come on, everybody's a friend in my head. I already know everybody. Whatever it is, it's gonna be good. One day I'll tell you about me and Shaka Khan, but
Oh my gosh.
yeah. But she doesn't know anything about it. But anyway. No, she doesn't. She wasn't even there actually. But anyway.
All our bosses though, Jay. She's got our ears and
I'm gonna send y'all some. I'll definitely get an address. I'll send y'all out.
You can send me some cologne, because I mean,
cologne.
Yeah.
I will
Just
do
in
that.
case I should meet Shaka Khan, I want to smell really, nice.
Oh God.
Okie dokie, babe. Whatever you say.
Just wanted to wish everybody a happy Shaka Hanukkah. All right, thank you. Let's carry on. I'm sorry. I had to.
JaVonne, there's a pill you're going to be able to take for that.
I promise not to tell them which way you went, but they're coming for you.
The time, so
and we thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank you. This part, that little piece, I'm just gonna keep and play it all the time for myself. But no, I'm just teasing.
And I think it's time, Terez, to do a little rapid fire with Mr. Richard Pryor Jr.
I think so. So
yeah.
Don't worry.